So what happens now is we receive a complaint, and we represent the defendant. We're in federal court, and so what I want to know is how to proceed. Let us assume that, again, it's in Coburn versus Martinez, and I want to know how to respond. Corey, help me out. Before the class, I was looking around the room and writing down some names of students who I hadn't called on this semester. And I wrote down their first names. I like to use their first names because it's more personal and I hope more engaging for them. Some may see it as disrespectful, I hope not. But I know that I can go to X, Y, and Z because they usually are on top of the material and they participate a lot. But I consciously decided to call on, I think I had 6 names, and I called on at least 6 students I'd not called on before. So I want to spread the wealth. I don't want to hear from the same people all the time. Kate, do you agree with him? Based on my response to his answer.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not unless you want the same short shrift. So tell me what to do.
Well, you could not answer and go to default judgment.
Wow, okay. Why would I ever want to do that on behalf of my, okay, so in other words, and then make her come to New York,
Yeah.
and we'll sit around and we'll eat quiche while this damn Southerner comes and tries to collect. Okay, but we're in federal court, and I want to familiarize you with something else. What do I want to familiarize you with?
Federal Rule 12.
Federal Rule 12. Okay, so we're not going to take a default. We've just been talking about special appearances, and I want to see how we then proceed. Same issue, federal court. So what do we do? Rebecca, what do we do?
You answer. You serve an answer.
Okay. But wait a second. My God.
Oh, responsive pleading.
What am I worried about? Oh, okay, but a response in our position now, that responsive pleading. Okay. A responsive pleading, for our purposes, is the answer. But what am I worried about when she tells me that? If I'm an old coot, what am I worried about when she starts telling me I'm going to answer?
Well, you worry about like consenting to jurisdiction. Well, not consenting, but like, yeah, general or yeah.
Yeah, because we just saw that earlier. We saw that if we file an answer, Ryan told us if we do too much besides contest jurisdiction, we're in trouble. You're telling me it's okay.
As long as you just cover jurisdiction and don't talk about other stuff. Well, other factual things in the case.
Oh.
You just have. Okay, no. I take it back.
Oh. There's no amount of preparation I can do if they're not well prepared to make class an interesting class, to make it worthwhile. Then there's the other level of preparation. I can't make them smarter in the sense I can't pour more brain matter into their heads, but I can teach them how to use their brains, how to be prepared. Being prepared as a lawyer is our stock in trade. What do we all have in front of us? What should we all have in front of us? Christy.
You can make another defense in federal court.
Tell me what, am I going to file the answer?
You're going to appear especially in front of the court, but if someone does, they cannot.
So I'm
never
going to
mind, I lied.
You did. Well, I don't think it was a lie. I don't think that you intended to mislead.
Oh, I misled myself in my notes.
Good.
But you can.
You didn't lie to yourself, I hope.
Yeah. I just don't think I know anything. Okay, I can contest jurisdiction and give a motion to, and give a defense.
Okay.
And it doesn't consent to general appearance.
Okay. We need the text language. So is there special appearance, general appearance in federal courts?
No. Yes.
David?
No, you just need to file a motion.
Okay.
You need to show up
We
and file
don't
a
use
motion.
special appearance, general appearance in federal court. I need to know how to proceed. David, tell me. Here we are. We represent Martinez.
Okay, I'm gonna say, Mr. Martinez, we need to file a motion before we file an answer.
Okay, a motion. And what can we challenge in that motion?
A lot of things.
How many numbers are there?
7.
12B1 through,
B1 through 7.
okay. So there are a whole bunch of things like challenging subject matter jurisdiction, personal jurisdiction, service of process,
Venue.
venue, okay. So we can do it by motion. Can I, geez, Ryan told me before I gotta be careful if I add anything besides the jurisdictional challenge. Am I gonna be making a general appearance?
No.
Okay, so I can add a bunch of things
You
to
can
the
put in
same-
everything, and it's actually to your benefit to do so, I think, because later, of course, the section's escaping me. If you haven't included all of them all at once, you might miss the opportunity to do
I
it
might
later.
waive them.
Yes.
I've been doing this for 31 years, and I still get an enormous adrenaline flow. I know which way the class should go, and so my challenge is to make sure I can bring students with me. There's certain points that they really need to see, and they've got to open their eyes. I can't open them for it, and so the really exciting moments are when they're coming along with me saying, ah. Okay, so one way to proceed is by way of motion. 12B2, challenging personal jurisdiction. I better be careful because if I don't include a venue challenge along with it, I might waive that. So the only way to proceed then, David, is by way of motion, if we want to challenge personal jurisdiction.
No, you can do the same thing in a pleading,
How do you
or
know?
in your answer.
How do you know that? Don't look at your notes. Where do we need to look?
Back to Rule 12
Yeah,
in another section.
in another section?
Is it
I
not?
don't expect
Oh,
you to be a
every
long
defense-
jumper on this one. Read the first two sentences.
That's right. Every defense to a claim for relief in any pleading must be asserted in the responsive pleading if one
Stop.
is required.
Okay? What did he just tell me? Read it again.
Every defense to a claim for relief in any pleading must be asserted in the responsive pleading if one is required.
Yeah. So it tells me I have to raise my defenses in the answer. Well, wait, you told me I could do it by way of motion.
You can.
How do you know?
Because in the next sentence it says, but a party may assert the following defenses by motion, and then it lists the one we just talked about.
First two sentences. The Socratic method really is aimed to build students' confidence once they start to see that they can really engage in a dialogue. Too many students feel that it is a way in which it runs them down because the professor is not going to accept superficial answers. But its virtue is building them back up when they start working really hard and have aha moments. You've got a choice as a federal pleader. Either you can do it by pre-answer motion, but you better be careful about getting all the right stuff in there, otherwise you will waive stuff. If you want to challenge personal jurisdiction and then later challenge venue, you're in trouble. But there are 7 things that you can claim raised by pre-answer motion. The alternative is to include all that stuff in the original answer. Now, in the minute I have, I want to ask you why we might be inclined to do a pre-answer motion. And I'll make it late on a Friday afternoon when we're making this decision. Why might you be more inclined to do a pre-answer motion to the complaint?
Gives me more time.
Gives you more time? Billy?
Quick, a lot quicker, pleading's a lot more involved.
Is there anybody else we care about besides getting out to the bar on Friday night?
Get it into the court before they close?
Get it to the court before they close? Anybody else we care about besides us and the court?
Serving the other party?
Serving the other party? Well, I got to introduce you to somebody. Steve?
Our client.
How about our client? I am an armchair psychologist or psychiatrist. I'm a parent. As I say, I'm a tour guide. I know where we have to go. I know we have a lot of difficult material to work through and only have so much time to try to imprint upon them a handful of really important values the value of preparation, the value of honest and respectful treatment, and the value of analytical ability. The mind should be a steel trap. And I only have so long to do it. I got 28 weeks, and so every minute is precious in class.